Hey, what's up, RioTV families? This is Mr. Ippolito, and welcome to my Back to School Night 2020 presentation. I wish I could have you here in my classroom, but you're going to be here in my virtual classroom instead, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, who is Mr. Ippolito? You've kind of already gotten to know me since we have developed a relationship since late May or early June. But just so you know a little bit more, I graduated from Canyon High School. I am a proud product of the Heart District. I met my wife. You can see a picture of my wife, Heather, right there. I met her at Canyon High School. So we live in Canyon Country right now. After graduating from UCLA, I came back here to Santa Clarita and have been teaching. This is my 25th year teaching in the Heart District. So I love what I do. I've been teaching. I opened Rio Norte Junior High School back in 2003. Left for a little bit to go teach high school, then came back. I love it here. This is such a great school. And I put my money where my mouth is because my daughter, Libby, who you also see in the picture right there, she's an eighth grader now here at Rio Norte, and she loves it as well. So this truly is, I think, as a teacher, I have the choice to send my child to any junior high school in the district. And I definitely think hands down, Rio Norte is the best place for her to be. And I think for your child as well. Hopefully you feel the same way. All right, let's keep going. So why learn leadership in RioTV? Because yes, this is advanced video production. And so yes, they are going to learn sound techniques and lighting techniques and video editing and all of those things. But I kind of look at it this way. If you're on a youth soccer team, your goal is you're not preparing to necessarily have a career in soccer, right? So this class, I'm not preparing these students to have a career in video production or in Hollywood, in the business, although they could. This could light a spark that leads them into the film or television industry. But, when you play soccer, you play youth soccer, for example, it's not that you're preparing for a career in soccer. You learn teamwork, you learn collaboration, you learn communication, you learn all those skills that you get from an organized sport like that. I look at RioTV the same way. I'm not necessarily preparing you for a career in the industry, but what I'm preparing you for is a career in any industry. I'm preparing you to be just a good human being in general with communication skills, team building, organization, time management, meeting deadlines. All of those things are things that we learn in RioTV, along with being compassionate, being kind, being service oriented. We are providing a service to the school, which I think is now more important than ever because we're one of the only forms of communication that goes out on a massive scale to all the students and all the teachers and staff members and community members here at Rio Norte. So that's why I think leadership is so important, is because you may not go into a career in the industry later in life, but you will definitely need leadership later in life. How can I support my child in RioTV? Number one way, ask them what they're doing. Check out RioTV every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. In YouTube right now, go to Rio Norte Junior High School in a YouTube search and hit subscribe and then hit the bell, because every day on your phone or on your computer, you'll be able to see what your child is responsible for each and every day. Now, you may not see their face on the screen every day, but there are so many students in any one given show. We will have anywhere from like 12 to 20 different students who were a part of that process, whether it's a segment or they were an editor or a director or an anchor, they're on camera, or they were a script writer. There's so many students' work that goes into each and every show. Finally, I want to talk about grading. We are not even doing a service log or doing anything like this the first 5 weeks. I've already told the students that. I just say, you know what? You work hard, put your head down, work hard. We'll figure this out together, and basically everybody's going to get an A on the first progress report, the first 5-week grading period, which ends next week. Starting next week, that's when we'll start talking about having a greater level of accountability, because I do think that students should be held accountable, just like in any other class. But basically the grading is going to be based on the work that they're doing in their councils and any production work that they do and any other outside segments that they produce. So they'll be able to choose the grade that they want in the class, whether it be a C or a B or an A, and then complete that many tasks and do those kinds of assignments based on the level of service and leadership that they put into those particular projects. So I'll be explaining grading more once we actually get into our next 5-week grading period. But for this one, don't even worry about it, because we're all figuring things out in distance learning. Your child is part of something special. The students of RioTV create something out of nothing every single day. And so just that act of creating, that act of like, not only just like that creative act, right? Because it is an art as well. But just that act of service, because I think, again, what we do for the school is so important. I'm going to stop talking now because I want to send it over to my students to give them an opportunity to tell you what it's like to be on RioTV. I'll make one final note before I send it over to them. I invited every student to participate. I just said, I need your video by last night. So these are the students who chose to participate and chose to participate by the deadline. But every kid who wanted to be in this presentation is definitely included. Thanks so much. Thank you for your support and your love and your time and your effort. And again, the best way to support your kid is to watch our show and share it with others, share it with family members, put it out on Facebook. Like, we want the world to know that we're really doing really good work here on RioTV. Okay, I'm now going to stop talking. Let's send it over to the kids. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
To me, RioTV means to inform, engage, include, and inspire the general public. RioTV does many things for our school, such as promoting equity and diversity and inclusion, keeping us updated on world news, and giving us fun things to do in quarantine.
RioTV for me is a place where I, along with other students in RioTV, can express themselves.
I'm really proud of the way we're functioning during quarantine, how we're recording shows over Zoom, the way we're putting together segments, meeting. We're really on a good schedule. We're meeting with our teams more often, and we're kind of getting more work done in our own time.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Bassina, and to me, RioTV means family. In RioTV, we create such close relationships because it's more than just some advanced video production class in a middle school. Everything we do requires lots of teamwork, and we get really close with the people in the class throughout the entire year.
My most proud work on RioTV, it's the only thing I've worked on RioTV, it's the Minecraft segment.
One life lesson that I've learned in RioTV is that you make mistakes and you shouldn't get mad or frustrated about it. Because in production, no one take is perfect. You have to retake it over and over again. You can't get it perfect on one shot. And sometimes we don't even get the perfect shot, we just edit it out. And I feel like it's really important to know that you can make mistakes and you should just move on and you shouldn't get mad or frustrated about it.
One video thing I've learned is how to edit shows, and it adds another layer of intensity to the shows, and it gives it makes it more engaging. So when people look at it, they say, "Oh, this looks so cool." It probably took a lot of time to edit this. Look at all the special effects.
So it's pretty cool how we can do this and create segments and put it into one video. So it's pretty cool.
In the beginning of the school year, we were separated into councils that have to produce segments every few weeks. An example of this is if you've ever watched an episode of RioTV that said, "This was produced by the Health and Wellness Council." That was actually only 3 students producing that all by themselves, except for a little bit of supervision by our peers. It is also a great way to share news to other students in Rio.
The thing in RioTV I'm most proud for is, it hasn't been finished yet, but we're doing drawings. I learned how to draw BB-8, and I think I did a pretty good job on that.
So one video thing that I've learned in RioTV is that you have to level the sound, because if you don't, you can blast people's ears off.
I learned how to use WeVideo, and I have learned also to never give up.
So far on RioTV, the most proudest thing I've ever done is I just completed my first segment and posted it on RioTV. There were a few things that I needed to work, and I have learned from them. For example, I've learned that I should work on my camera angles, and I cannot be in front of a window because that reflects the spotlight on me, which can be distracting for the interview.
One life lesson that I have learned from RioTV is that sometimes things can go wrong, but don't beat yourself up for it. Just try again and learn from your mistakes.
That's all for tonight, Rio Norte families. I'm Mia.
And I'm Nico.
I'm Julia.
And I'm Ruby.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Noah.
I'm Mia.
And I'm Casey.
I'm Shreya.
And I'm Nico.
I'm Preston.
And I'm Aubrey.
I'm Sahej.
And I'm Katie.
I'm Julia.
And I'm Mia.
Hi, I'm Julia from RioTV. Enjoy back to school night.